Ladies and gentlemen, today we once again got some more news in regards to Call of Duty 2024, aka Black Ops 6. And that news is that it will indeed be a day one Game Pass game. And I wanted to make a video going over what exactly this means for Game Pass and what exactly this means for Call of Duty moving forward. I have a much longer video of this that went up. If you guys don't know, I stream pretty much every day, Monday through Friday at about 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sometimes I watch videos, sometimes I play Call of Duty, sometimes I play other games. But today, as I went live, the news dropped for this Game Pass information. So I watched a bunch of videos, read a bunch of articles all on stream, and put it together in a 30 to 40 minute video over on my second channel, which will go much more in depth than this one does. This video is going to be a broad overview of what Game Pass and Call of Duty actually mean moving forward and what you can take away from it. That video will be linked at the very end or down in the description if you want to check out that full 40-minute saga. I've been uploading a lot over on my second channel. You guys should go check it out. But what we know so far is yes, day one, Call of Duty is going to be coming to Game Pass. It has been confirmed via the Wall Street Journal. They put out an article on it, but there are a bunch of caveats with it. So it was first announced this morning. Charlie Intel came out and said Call of Duty 2024 expected to be Black Ops 6 is reportedly set to launch in late October, presumably October 25th, 2024 per multiple reports. The game is expected to be available separate purchase on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, along with day one Game Pass for Xbox and PC. So this was via the Wall Street Journal. Since then, several articles have come out on it. And what does this mean for the game? So what does day one Game Pass actually look like for a Call of Duty game? First of all, this has never been done before. There's been no sort of subscription service that supported Call of Duty in the past until now. Xbox bought Activision and bought Blizzard. So here we are today. So the game will be coming out like normal. Whether you're playing on PlayStation, PC, or Xbox, you can just buy the game. But there's also going to be another option where you have Game Pass. Now, keep in mind, I do want to say this. This is something I looked up on stream earlier. Game Pass has 34 million subscribers currently. 34 million. Now, the reason why I say that number is because Call of Duty seemingly at the launch of the game sells about 25 million copies. They put that in the article. That is an average. If it's a better Call of Duty, it'll sell more. If it's a worse Call of Duty, it'll sell less. But for the sake of this, let's say $25 million. Times that by the sale price of Call of Duty, so I did $70, that is approximately $1,750 million. That is how much Activision makes or sells at the very least at the launch of a Call of Duty game. So we have Xbox here who is sitting and looking at Call of Duty being like, we need to make money off of this because we just spent $70 billion on Activision. And one way to do that is the sales of the game out of the get-go. But at the same time, they are trying to push this Game Pass, which currently has 34 million subscribers, but around that number has become stagnant. It is not selling as much as they want. So they buy Activision and they have this massive group of games that they can then put on it. And day one games is one thing that sells this because you get the game kind of for free right at the launch, but you also get access to several other games, many other games for that fact. Think Netflix, but for video games. That's the easiest way to look at it. So one way to increase that is have a AAA game get released on day one. Now, this is speculation, but I wanted to put this out there. Call of Duty has rumored and has in the past done it where if you pre-order the game or you buy the big edition of the game, you get early access to the campaign. This year, there's a rumor that not only will you get early access to the campaign, you will also get a couple weeks early access to zombies. So in other words, early access for paying more or at very least pre-ordering the game. I'm guessing if you're getting the game on Game Pass, that will not be accessible to you. That will be something that either you have to pay on top of your Game Pass subscription, but I doubt that they do that. Most likely you're going to have to pay full price for the full game anyway, hence a way for them to kind of get more bang for their buck. But there is more when it comes to Game Pass. Since then, Charlie Intel has added to this saying it is not yet clear which tiers of Game Pass will have Call of Duty on day one. It's also not clear if Microsoft will increase the Game Pass prices. More info should come on June 9th. And if you don't know what June 9th is, that is essentially when we are getting the Xbox briefing as well as the briefing for the next Call of Duty game. but more happened. A couple minutes ago, Shinobi, who is a video game insider, comes out and says Microsoft intends to reportedly add new tiers and changes to Xbox Game Pass to accommodate adding Call of Duty on the service. Now, what does that mean? So yeah, they're seemingly introducing tiers or a tier system to the game. But there's one other thing that I said in that 40-minute long video. Again, you should go check it out, link down below or after the video. And that is not the new Call of Duty games, because in that video, we watch a video discussing how Xbox can actually up the sales of their Game Pass and why it hasn't been increasing the numbers. So when we watch this video, what we discovered is that one way that they increase their sales is having more AAA games. But the problem is there's only so many AAA games that come out a year. Generally speaking, on Game Pass, they only have like 2 to 3 big AAA games that launch day one on Game Pass a year. So another way to do this is a back catalog of games, kind of like how Netflix doesn't just release new movies, they also go out and acquire old movies and get the license for those and put those out on them as well. Guess what? When Activision was bought by Xbox, they also bought all of the old games, including all of the old Call of Duty games. Now, personally, to me, if a new game like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was to come out on Game Pass, that wouldn't make me buy Game Pass, because if you're a player who only plays one game, like a games as a service game, like Call of Duty or like Fortnite or like Destiny or World of Warcraft, you probably just play that one game. And to spend, it's generally around $200, $240 a year on Game Pass, it's not worth it to you. Basically, I did the math, and if you're going to play 4 $70 games on Game Pass a year, then you make your money back. So there's definitely a market there for people who play every game that launch and every game that's going to come to Game Pass. It is worth it for you. But someone who is just going to play Call of Duty, not so much. But that's where the twist comes in, because if they put every single other Call of Duty game that's ever come out onto Game Pass, then you can go ahead, download those games for your set monthly fee and play every Call of Duty game. No longer do you have to go into the room over there, dig through your closet, find the proper disc for Black Ops 2, put it in your game console and play it. You can just go on Game Pass, download the game, and play all of them if you want. The campaigns, the multiplayer, and one thing I'm curious about is those older games that have DLC, are those going to be included in Game Pass? Because a game like Call of Duty World at War, for example, if you don't have the DLC for that game, you'll get put in lobbies with the DLC and then it'll just kick you out of them because you don't have it. Now, I'm willing to bet we get information on this on June the 9th. This is something that I think Xbox has been cooking up as soon as they bought Activision. Because for me, I'm not going to buy Game Pass for a day one Call of Duty. I'm just going to buy the game. But if they introduce every single Call of Duty that has ever been released in an easy service, similar to Netflix, where I can just go on, download them and play them for a set fee a month, that I would be willing to do. That I would make videos about. I would go back and play all the old Call of Duty games and enjoy the multiplayers. And keep in mind, recently, Black Ops 2 had an update to fix their servers out of the blue for no apparent reason. Why would they be doing that unless they expected a recent influx of players? So that is what I think is happening. And that is what I think is going to be the big thing with Game Pass. Not necessarily the new game on it, but then the other question is, what the hell are they doing with these tiers? I guess we're going to find out on the 9th. But for now, that is all of the information that we know. And if you want a deeper dive into this, be sure to check out my second channel, that video linked down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, turn notifications on. I keep you up to date with everything Call of Duty. I think we've got some X-Defiant news coming at some point soon too as well. So stay tuned for all of that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace. We are reaching for the